All right, so this flow is gonna be like really slow, really stretchy, and just good for kind of getting through every joint here in the body. So go ahead and take your hands onto the knees here for a second. Closing the eyes and just start to find your breath. Stacking the shoulders over the hips, the head over the shoulders, grounding down into the sit bones and lifting up tall through the crown of the head. Slowly bringing your hands to prayer at your heart here, closing your eyes, focusing solely on your breathing. Take a big inhale in and a big exhale out. Start to rub the palms together here, building some heat in the hands, waking up through the palms, and then taking that prayer and rocking it side to side. So stretching out through the fingertips, stretching through the palms. Good. And inhale, open the fingers wide, roll the prayer in towards you and extend all the way long through the fingers, reaching through the elbows, really extending. Keep your heart lifted up and then circle around the other way here, rolling through the elbows, rolling through the wrists, extending out long all the way. Good, and then interlace the hands here, press forward and up, breathe in, and exhale, rounding back to the tailbone. Good, inhale, forward and up, breathe in, and exhale, rounding back, contracting in the shoulders, and inhale, lifting up, biceps back by the ears, exhale, rounding yourself back. Good, inhale up, bring the hands behind your head, elbows wide, lift the heart up, inhale, and exhale, chin to chest, gently, gently wrap those elbows in, don't pull too hard at the neck. Inhale, lean back, chest open, and exhale, bring it in. Good, inhale, lean back, and exhale, bring it in. And inhale, open. Slide the hands towards your neck here, and then just self-massage out there any tension in the shoulders, the neck, the upper back. Sometimes right where the head meets the neck can hold a lot of tension there. So just digging into any place you find. And then slowly bringing the hands to the knees, drop the chin, trace the chin over towards the right shoulder, and then up towards the ceiling and over to the left shoulder, and then trace the chin across the chest back to the right. And keep taking slow circles there through the neck. And then slowly circling around the other way over to the left, and then chin to the right shoulder, cross it back over to the left. Good. And then putting these circles into the spine, reach the heart forward and big circle back. Good. Inhale, lengthening forward. Exhale, rounding yourself back. Moving through the torso here. Doesn't have to look like anything. Just start to warm and wake up through the spine. And then circling around the other way, rolling through. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, rounding back. Good. And coming back to center. Inhale the arms up and overhead, reach tall through the fingers, and exhale, twist to the right. So left hand to the right knee, right hand comes behind you to help support your spine. Sit tall, breathe in, and exhale, twist a little bit more. Good. And keep the left hand on the right knee where it is. Reach the right arm up and over towards the front. Breathe in. And then right arm crosses over the left to the opposite knee and just round the shoulders back. Good. And coming up, hands behind you, feet in front of you, and just windshield wiper these knees from side to side. Keep your heart pressing up. Good. And then knees come to center and just press forward and back in the shoulders. Take some circles there through the shoulder blades. So sinking the heart back and then pressing the heart forward. Good. And then coming to some stillness, press down into the heels and lift the hips up off the ground. Take a big inhale in. And exhale, lower the hips down and switch the cross of the feet here. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, twist to the left. Right hand to the left knee. Left hand comes behind you. Inhale, sit taller. And exhale, twist a little bit more. Right hand stays where it is. Left arm reaches up and over towards the front. Breathe in. And then crossing left arm over the right, hand to the opposite knee, round those shoulders back and hold. And slowly coming up, hands behind you, feet in front of you, windshield wiper those knees side to side. Good. And then coming to center and rolling through the shoulders, round it back and press the heart forward. Round back, press the heart forward. Good. And coming to center, press down into the heels and lift the hips up. Take a big inhale in. And exhale out, lower the hips, making your way onto all fours. So just cross and roll over, or just swing the legs around behind you, okay? So coming onto all fours, shoulders over the wrist, hips over the knees. Inhale, we're gonna arch the back and look up. And then exhale, we're gonna round the spine, push the ground away, and look down. And here, try not to move as one piece. Try to really articulate through one part of the spine here. Can you separate the lower back from the middle back, from the upper back? And same as you round it back, right? And notice where you feel a little stuck. Notice where there's less mobility. We're just trying to isolate every joint here along the body so that we're not just moving into where we already have it, but we're able to focus on those places that we don't and find the breath a little bit more. Good. And circling shoulders around the wrists, moving through here. Good. And circling around the other way. Doesn't have to look like anything, just warming up through that spine. And then press the hips back to the heels, child's pose. Relax the neck and the head. Now walking the hands to the right side. And as far out to the right, stretch those fingertips out. You're gonna feel a stretch from the left hand all the way down to that left hip. Good, big inhale in. And big exhale out over to the other side. Walk the hands to the left and stretch out from the right fingertips all the way down to the right hip. Good. And coming back to center. Tuck the toes, down dog, send the hips up. Come through bent knees here. And then you just pedal through the heels right side and left. It really doesn't matter how straight the legs are. I don't want your legs straight, but your spine rounded, okay? So bend the knees, stick your hips up towards the ceiling, and press your heart back towards the thighs. Good. And inhale, right leg up, down dog, split. Exhale, bring the knee to your nose and step the foot through the hands. It might take you a few steps to get there, that's okay. You're gonna lower your back knee to the ground and just stay here. Pressing the hips forward, make sure this front knee is over the front heel and the weight is on the heel, not too much in the toes, right? Inhale, tense the fingers, lift the heart up. And then exhale, keep the back knee down and gently straighten out through that front leg. Two more like that. Bend the knee, crawl forward, hips drop, heart high, and exhale, sending the hips back. And one more here. Walking forward, bend the knee, heart lift, and then exhale, send the hips back, and this time we're gonna hold it here. Now notice if this right hip is hiking up, you're gonna drop that right hip down so the hips are level. If the knee needs to stay a little bit bent so your spine can stay flat, you can, okay? Try not to round in the spine here. I'd rather see you bend the knee and lengthen through the heart. Good. Big inhales in. Big exhale out. Good, again, inhale. And re-bend the front knee. Tuck the back toes, lift that back knee up, and then right arm lifts up. Make sure you're not collapsing in this left shoulder. Press the ground away, lift up out of that arm, inhale. And relax the hand down, press back, down dog, hips high. Good. And left leg up, breathe in. Exhale, stepping all the way through. And then lower your back knee to the floor and stay there, right? Slide this back knee back a little bit more if you need. This front knee is over the front heel and those hips are sinking low. Inhale, lift the heart up. And keeping the back knee down, straighten out through that leg a little bit more. Two more like that. Crawl it forward, drop the hips, lift the heart. And exhale, send the hips back. And one more here. Re-bend, crawl forward, lift the heart. And exhale, send the hips back. This time we hold. Again, notice if your left hip is up. If it is, drop it down an inch or so. Flex the toes up and lengthen the heart forward. Again, bend this knee a little bit if you need to have a slight bend to get the spine long, right? Big inhales all the way in, and long exhales all the way out. Good. And rebending the front knee. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up, and then left arm lifts up and overhead. Remember, we're not collapsing into this right shoulder. Press the ground away so there's space between the shoulder and the ear. Breathe in, and release the hand down. Step back, down dog, hips go high. Good. And right leg up, breathe in, and stepping all the way through. Take a high lunge, arms lift up. We're just gonna be here for a second. Tuck the tailbone slightly, abs are in. That tuck of the tailbone, make sure that we're not throwing into our back and that we feel more of a stretch in this left hip flexor, right? Fingers reaching up and back. And then straighten the front leg, inhale. And then exhale, fold forward, hands to the ground here. Same thing, try not to hike this right hip up. Try to pull the right hip back, press the left hip forward. If you need to have a small bend to the knee, again, you can, or bring your hands onto something like blocks, books, anything to make the ground come to you a little bit more and make it a little bit more accessible, right? Big inhale in, and big exhale out. We're gonna turn all 10 toes to the left and walk the hands over to the left here, and then just fold over the legs. Now pigeon toe the feet slightly, so toes turned in slightly, heels kicking out, and get more weight on the toes, less on the heels, so we're not hyperextending in the legs here. Good. Flat back, come to the fingertips, lift the heart forward. Left hand stays down, right arm lifts up. Now try not to switch into the hips. Try to pull the hips to center and lift from there. Inhale. And release the hand down. We're gonna walk around over that right leg, low lunge, and then step back, down dog, hips high. And left leg up, breathe in. Exhale, stepping all the way through. And high lunge, arms lift up. Tailbone under a little bit. So we're gonna feel that stretch in this right hip flexor. Lean up and back just for a moment. And then straightening the front leg, inhale. And then bowing forward with a flat spine, hands to the ground or to books, blocks, anything you have. Make sure this left hip isn't up. Pull the left hip back, pull the right hip forward, and lengthen the heart. Long heart towards the toe, and the spine is nice and flat, right? Breathe in, and breathe out. Again, like that, breathe in, and breathe out. Turn the toes to the right, walk your hands over to the right, and fold over the legs here. Pigeon toe the feet slightly, so toes angled in, heels kick out, and get more weight on the toes, less on the heels. Good. Right hand stays down, left arm lifts up, take a big twist. Try not to shift the hips over to the side, breathe in, and then release the hand down. Walk over that left leg, low lunge, and then down dog, send the hips up high. Good, right leg up, down dog split. We're gonna come to a pigeon pose. So right knee comes up outside the right hand, and then adjust this left leg back a little bit. If you need to put something under your hips, like a pillow, a block, blankets, you can. Just try not to have that knee forward so you're not sitting on this hip, okay? That knee is out to the side, and your hips are squared off center, okay? Sit tall, breathe in. You might stay right there, or if you want, you can walk the arms forward and just fold over the legs. Good. Try to ungrip in the shoulders, release the jaw. And each exhale, try to let the hips release a little bit more. Let your body feel held, supported by the ground here. Just coming to that breath, inhales all the way in, and exhales all the way out. A few more rounds of breath like that. Good. pressing back up to the hands. Slowly make your way back to down dog. So tuck the back toes, lift that knee up, and then just step it back from there. Pedal through the heels, right side and left. And then left leg lifts up, down dog split, and pigeon. So knee comes outside the left wrist. Those hips are squared off. And then you can walk the back leg back from there. Tense the fingertips. Make sure the hips are even, that you're not sitting onto the left side, right? Put a pillow, blanket, anything under the hip as you need. And then walk the hands forward as you're ready. And just let the head come down. Good. Again, try to not clench in the shoulders, relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. And imagine sending all of your breath into the hips, into the lower back. And staying with your breath here for a few rounds. Inhale, filling all the way up. And exhales, releasing all the way out. Good. And slowly walking back up to the hands. This time just sit off onto the left hip and swing the right leg around. We're gonna take feet together, knees open. Have the feet a little bit further away from you here. Sit tall, breathe in, and then exhale, bowing forward over the legs. Good. Lengthening the heart forward, so try not to round into the back here either. Try to keep your spine reaching forward, heart reaching forward, as if it could energetically kind of reach past the toes, right? Good. Breathe in and breathe out. And slowly rolling up, zip the knees together and extend them out long in front of you. Now pull the sit bones back so the hips are kind of behind you a little bit. Arms reach up, and then we're gonna bow forward over those legs. And so try not to be here in the spine. Again, it's okay to bend the knees if you need to get the spine long. Your stomach is kind of resting on the thighs here. If you're tight, you're still gonna feel this in your hamstrings. I'd rather see you be here than have super straight legs, okay? So keep the legs bent or straight. Either way, the spine is long, right? Big inhales in. Exhales, find a little bit more space. And slowly rolling up. Walk yourself forward on your mat a little bit if you need. We're gonna roll our way down to the ground. So tuck the tailbone and slowly roll yourself down here. And then once you're there, bend your knees, touch the fingertips to the heels. And then we're gonna lift the hips up off the ground, interlace the hands under you, and then walk those shoulder tips underneath of the shoulder blades, and then lift the chin up off the chest so the weight is on the back of the head, not the neck. Take a big inhale in. And exhale, lower down, release the arms, and windshield wiper those knees from side to side. Good. And take the feet wide, let the knees touch. And just inhale, fill up all the way into the low belly. Exhale, think of pressing the lower back down to the floor, tucking the tailbone slightly and pressing all of that air out. And keep breathing like that. Inhale, letting the low belly rise, and then exhale, pressing the back down. This is a great way for your lower back to find some release. And just slowly pull the knees in, arms wrap around the shins. You can rock yourself side to side, nice and easy. And then taking the arms out to the side like a T, and drop the knees over to the right. Now make sure the knees aren't hanging down. Try to have the knees directly across from your navel, and then palms up to the ceiling. Keep opening that left shoulder back to the ground, and breathe into that side there. Breathe in, and breathe out. And slowly back to center, over to the left side here. Knees directly across from the navel. The right arm keeps opening back towards the floor. Good. slowly coming back up. Cross the right ankle over the left knee, so this right knee opens out to the side, and then just grab on behind the left thigh. So the right hand kind of comes in between where that hole is there, and just grab on there and pull the legs close to you. Try to keep the hips on the ground, the shoulders on the ground. You can use this right elbow to push this right knee open a little bit more. Good, breathe in. And breathe out. And take the right leg up to the ceiling, the left leg out straight. I'm just holding there. Make sure this right hip isn't hiking up. Try to drop it down an inch or so. It doesn't matter how high you grab on the leg. I want you to flex through the heel. Imagine pulling the toes back to the shin and breathing there. Good, slowly hugging both knees in, and left ankle over the right knee. Grab on behind the right thigh and pull those legs down towards you. You can use that left elbow to press the left knee open. Try to get the hips relaxed down on the ground and breathe. Good, and right leg out, left leg up, flexing through that left heel. Try to relax the shoulders, drop that left hip down an inch or so, and just breathe here, stretching out through the back of that leg. And slowly hugging both knees in. Feet down to the ground, and then let the knees open out to the side. Arms rest by you, palms face up, eyes close here for a second. We're not going to be here too long, just taking a few moments here to open up through the inner thighs, through the hips. Coming back to your breath, inhale, filling up all the way through the low belly. Exhale, releasing all of that air out. Keep going just like that. Inhale, filling all the way up. And exhale, releasing all the way out. And one more like that. Breathe in. And breathe out. Reach the arms up and overhead. Stretch through one side and then the other. And then bring the left knee on top of the right. Roll over to your right side. Fetal position here for a second. And then using the hands, press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Pausing here for a moment. Hands come on top of the knees, palms face up. Just expressing gratitude for yourself, your body, and your breath. Hands to prayer at your heart. Take a final deep breath in. And a long breath out. Namaste. Thank you for flowing with me today. You're awesome. Come back to this video whenever you need a little bit of mobility there in the body. See you guys soon.